Good evening, my darling batlings. How's everybody doing this night? It's very stormy here. We already had a storm earlier, and now it looks like we're about to have another storm. So if I suddenly go offline with no warning, that is because the power went out. And I apologize ahead of time. So today in regular Arikado did something fucking stupid news. I was trying to set up my microphone onto my scissor arm that I have that attaches to my desk. And for some reason I couldn't get it to connect. So what I've been doing this whole time is I duct taped a part of another mic stand to it that has a connector that works. And I was using that as a holdover until I got the adapter that I thought I needed. That part arrived today, and first of all, turns out it was a female-to-female connector when I needed a female-to-male connector, so that was bad enough. And second, I didn't even need it in the first place, because it turns out the reason my mic would not screw onto the scissor arm is because I was turning it the wrong way while trying to screw it in. So I wasted $5 in more ways than one. So yeah, that's been my day so far. With that said, we're going to be playing Sonic Origins tonight. I said Star Pro Nate, that's right, it's time to go fast. We're playing Sonic Origins. I'm only using a couple mods, like one to get rid of that hideous blur filter, and one that fixes well, 3 mods. One that fixes the hideous blur filter that the game has by default. I hope they patch out. And 2 that fix some issues with cutscenes in Sonic CD. So with that said, it's time to go fast. I have not played Sonic Origins so far, so I'm trying to keep my experience as vanilla as possible, apart from like a couple preferences of mine. Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. He's the fastest thing alive. Just skip Sonic 3, because I don't know if we're even gonna make it to Sonic 3 tonight. I've heard horrible things about the remastered music in Sonic 3, and I do have a mod that fixes that, but it's not enabled because I want to see for myself how bad it is. And Sonic 3 is my favorite of the classic Sonic games, not counting Mania. Okay, so, like, right off the bat, Tyson Hess, once again, producing another banger animation. Dude really is the best artist for classic Sonic out there, in my opinion. Octafriend Rana, thank you for following. Tyson Hess, more like Tyson Best? Exactly. Alright, so far it doesn't look like I'm running into the often mentioned menu problems that people have been having, where if you don't have a significantly beefy computer, the fucking menu runs at like 10 FPS. So that's a good start already. Yes, thank you, Lord Megatron. There's my Discord link. Yeah, let's get started with Sonic 1. Okay, so the coins are used for, I was wondering what the coins did. They are, retries for special stages and, unlocking stuff in the museum. Okay. So, should be more feasible to get all the Chaos Emeralds. Hey, Chicken Nugget. I love that name. Yes, and I do also have the drop dash. Okay, I'm getting whiplash from going from that smooth HD animation to fucking 16-bit graphics. Searching for help on how to do the canvas for PS4. Who are we gonna play? I'm gonna play a Sonic. Keep it as vanilla as possible. Alright, mid-air movement feels a little bit floaty, but, that seemed to be the norm for, retro engine games. Because it felt that way, too, in the, mobile ports. Well, not floaty, as in, it's not floaty enough, is what I meant to say. Like, I prefer my 2D Sonic being able to freely change directions in mid-air instead of holding on to absurd amounts of momentum mid-jump. Alright, time for the special stages, which, I suck at special stages in Sonic 1. I've never gotten all 6 Chaos Emeralds without, having to use the debug mode, so don't expect me to get all of them this time. Oh my god, smooth rotation. It's so weird. If you think this is, very disorienting to control, at the very least be thankful that they didn't go with, the original plan for the special stages, which is what they ended up doing for Sonic 4 Episode 1 of all things, where instead of controlling Sonic, you controlled the rotation of the stage. You can find that still in, beta versions of Sonic 1. Okay, it looks like they've replaced extra life monitors with coins too. So basically you just have infinite lives, which I know that's a deal breaker for some people. Very contentious issue for like classic game purists. But for a game with as much as I like to call it, hey, Pause Break, you're actually here! Holy shit! Pause Break Alex, you should definitely check out Pause Break. Awesome dude. Fellow Dorby's aficionado, and I totally missed that, hot take, most versions of the Chaos Emerald special stages are just ass. Absolutely. I love the Blue Sphere stages in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I'm okay with the Sonic CD Time Stone special stages. But I despise the Sonic 1 special stages, and I I've never really been a fan of the half pipe that's used in so many games from Sonic 2 onwards. Sonic Manias are great. That was stupid of me to just drop dash into a spin fucking spring like that. Sonic 2 widescreen fixes all my issues with the half pipe. I experienced that when I did a stream of Sonic 2 Absolute, and that was like it was a whole different experience from Genesis Sonic 2. Definitely made it so I can comfortably get all the Chaos Emeralds without ripping my fucking hair out. Oh, they got rid of the period where you can hit Eggman while he's coming into the arena. By the way, for people that didn't see in my Discord server, I have added a couple new subscriber emotes. I'm commissioning one more from Shiba-chan, because she is the best, but I did some of my, I put my Photoshop skills I gained from, the class I took last year to actual use and made some like very cheap looking meme subscriber emotes. I need to actually start promoting my streams in other servers that I'm in. Speaking of stuff we really need to start doing. Yes, there's one of the new emotes. Oh, I don't ask people to sub to me. I'm just letting the people who are already subscribed know, because I try not to like beg as far as asking for like bits and subs is concerned. Thank you for Noob the Sonic for following. I love that name. So I really need to get caught up on IDW Sonic, because, you see, Nate, I would add them as, follower emotes, but as you know, yes, you can throw stuff at my face, everybody, using just channel points. I also have, like, a new, bit redeem that throws, like, 50 objects at my face at once for, 500 bits. Because I was talking about doing that for a while during last night's stream. I always hated Marble Zone. Massive drop-off from Green Hill. Not the worst stage in Sonic by far. Like, I played a lot of Sonic games during my old Hussair Reviews days. So I've experienced the absolute nadir of Sonic stages. Marble Zone doesn't deserve the hate it gets, but it's definitely not very conducive with what you expect from Sonic. Like, it's a very slow stage. Meat. Ooh, I like that meat emote. Speaking of meat, I'm hoping that eventually my like my fucking shitpost sense of humor can lead to something incredibly cursed, like meat from Vine Sauce. Caught in 4K? It would be caught in 4K if my 4K TV didn't die in a lightning storm. I'm looking at, like, what I'm looking at putting my first, Twitch payout for, whenever that ends up happening, is a 4K PC monitor that I found for, like, $200. See, I haven't been... I need to check out the Pause Break Rumble when you do it, because that sounds amazing. I already love Joel's Vine Wrestle. I haven't checked out Germa Rumble, because I don't really follow Germa, although I absolutely love his old stream of that one PlayStation Move game where the life is pain, I hate meme came from. I'll have to check them out. Link them to me on Discord. In case you haven't already noticed, words. I've been up for a while, so my brain's a little bit frizzled. Basically, you can, if you notice that Haseo on Discord has disappeared and been replaced by Arikado, that's me. I'm ditching the old Haseo-related branding so I can have more brand consistency among my Twitch stuff and my YouTube stuff. I also renamed the YouTube channel and will be hosting future reviews in character as Arikado instead of as my old Haseo persona. So reviews are not going away, they're just sort of being rebooted. Well, I've been reborn as a vampire for a while to differentiate between Haseo, the SBG Haseo character, and this. I referred to him as my human alter ego. So yes, I've been reborn as a cyborg vampire, as I've come to call it. I'm also looking at once I get the money for it, and that's going to be a while from now. Because the big focus right now is getting that new PC monitor. Is getting some reference art for either a PNG or possibly in the future a live 2D model that further enhances the like cyber aesthetic of it. Basically like taking my current model, but like giving it a more like Reploid armor inspired appearance. Because between you and me, I kind of regret basing my early branding so much around vampire aesthetic stuff and around like the Castlevania aesthetic, considering that I've always been more into sci-fi. Hey Shiba, glad you could make it. Did you see the Ko-Fi commission that I sent you? That should be a fun project to work on. Yeah, Noob the Sonic, please relax with the emote spam. And there goes the power. Are we back? Hello. So for those of you watching on YouTube, there was just a brief power surge. That shut off my internet, so now I'm awkwardly here by myself. Okay, I should be back now. There was a brief power surge, exactly what I predicted, because, power in this area is absolute fucking dog shit. Power grid here is terrible, and, it didn't knock out power to my house, but it did knock out the internet for like 5 minutes. So I should be back. Yes, we are back. And, yeah, with that said, let's continue. I mean, I live in a southern state. What would you expect? Back at it again with the Krispy Kreme. But, going off of what Nate said, before the power went out, yeah, Cyborg Vampire does sound like something from, like, a Genesis game. Something from the 16-bit era in general. $25 bits is all it takes to kill Arikado's power, yep. I didn't even know you sent bits, because, it happened before that, registered on my end, so I'm sorry I didn't get to thank you for that, pause break. Thank you very much. Chat box is also not updating. Hold on, let me refresh the browser source for that. There we go, it should be updating now. Yep, it's updating now. Shoutouts to Simple Flips. I need to, once I get better at, Mario 64, because I don't have much experience playing Mario 64, believe it or not. I need to do that, like, really crazy mod. I have TTS activated? Yes, I do. I've had activated for the past couple streams, just no one's used it. I've also put, like... thank you for the follow, Starrod. Sorry, I can't make out that name. Starrod, I'll just call you Starrod. Doing story mode? No, because to my understanding, story mode skips the title screens, which means when we get to Sonic CD, we won't be able to go into the menu that allows you to switch to the far superior Japanese soundtrack. Like, Sonic Boom is a fucking banger, but the rest of the soundtrack for the US release is, mediocre, in my opinion. At least compared to the absolute bop that is everything on the Japanese and European soundtracks. You can change the music by going in and changing it before starting story mode. Yeah, but then it would also play the opening Tyson Hess cutscene. And those only play the very first time you boot up the game, and then never again unless you review them from the museum menu, which is incredibly stupid. I was trying to make out the numbers and letters at the end. That was the part I was having trouble reading, because... just general disability stuff. That's not how you TTS. TTS is done through the sound alerts panel down below my stream. There's a button for TTS messages. I don't Unfortunately, Sound Alerts doesn't let you do channel point redeems for TTS, so it has to be done through bits. And the only reason I have it done through bits is just as sort of like a quality control, because I don't want to set it to free and then have people just spamming me with absolute, like, offensive garbage. Okay, so it's pronounced 61. Got it. And if Nade is still here, I don't know if he left yet. But if he's not here, then I guess Pause Break can pass it on to him. I should be available Saturday for re-recording. Yes, I'm your half vampire, half high elf, cyborg brother. If that sounds overly complicated, that's because I have a complexity addiction. I'm like if for the people that have been watching my streams for a while, god damn it, I can't do this section while talking, it seems. If anyone who's been watching my streams for a while remembers our good boy, Jake Conway, professional woman respecter, I have this just about the same level of complexity addiction as him. Ooh, thank you for the bits. Yes, that is one way you can do TTS through bit messages. You can also just like you can also just go through words. You can go through the sound alerts panel down at the bottom where it's got all the wacky sound effects and do like an entire, like, not limited by Twitch chat message in TTS.
And comes back like
I feel like that would sound a lot funnier if it was I certified T moment. Yes, I feel like that would have sounded a bit funnier if I could somehow get Microsoft Sam to be my text-to-speech voice. Raph, glad you could make it. You missed the power outage that shut off my stream for a couple minutes. All right, we're past the tedium that is Marble Zone. We still got Labyrinth Zone left, which that goes on my list of worst Sonic stages ever. Not just because it's an underwater level, but because it's a bad underwater level. This song is ruined for you? Oh god. I'm afraid, knowing how fucking degenerate the Sonic community can be, of what could have ruined this song for you. Oh, unless it's the, unless it's like that one British, I think it was like a pasta commercial that technically gave Sonic one of his first voices. If anyone's unaware, I am not a professional Sonic player. I don't know all the speedrunning tricks and shortcuts and stuff, because I don't play Sonic 1 all that much. So I apologize in advance for any, like, noob mistakes. Vampire jokes. Like, Sonic 1's not a bad game on its own, but in comparison to the other Genesis Sonic games, it's just, like, it suffers from being the first in the series and when they were still trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. So I don't hold too much against it. Now, Sonic CD, on the other hand, that one I can hold a lot of stuff against, because in many ways it regresses. Like, even if you don't factor in that it was released after Sonic 2, because they were both in development basically at the same time, it takes a lot of Sonic 1's worst problems and then amplifies them. What was the first Sonic game you played? My first Sonic game was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube. But my introduction to Sonic was not even through the games. I first discovered Sonic through renting a VHS of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog at Blockbuster when I was in elementary school. See, with CD, I like to... With everything past Sonic 1, I like to, try and get the best ending. Because Sonic 1's best ending is just not worth it. So with Sonic CD, I go out of my way not to do all the generators, but instead going for all the time stones, because that's easier, and I like the special stages in Sonic CD. You can very easily blaze through Sonic CD's levels if you're not going for a completionist playthrough. But there's just a lot of level design in Sonic CD that I feel is very counterintuitive to how Sonic should play in 2D. Especially on the Sega CD version. Sonic 3D Flicky's Island, the European release of Sonic 3D Blast that had the terrifying box art. Having just been able to experience Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn recently due to getting a Saturn, Saturn version's like damn good. Still not my favorite way to play any Sonic game, because yeah, look up the European box art for Sonic 3D Blast, and it's got like this creepy early CGI face of Sonic on it. Your TTS didn't send? You have to type. If you're doing it through sending bits, then you have to type it in the chat box along with the cheer command. No, I'm not going to retry these special stages. They're not worth it. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, at least they're not as at least the special stages as they're presented here, I'm having so much trouble speaking to them. No idea why. At least they're not as vomit-inducing as they were originally intended during the beta stages. As I'm sure you're aware. Pause break. Yeah, Europe had some interesting designs for Sonic. On their versions of Mega Drive box art. Japanese classic Sonic design is always going to be my favorite, not counting Tyson Hess's interpretation, because that's like peak classic Sonic. But European Sonic has some interesting designs that like kind of go under the radar. Since like all the nostalgia for Sonic on the internet is like localized within the American Sonic community to the detriment of some really interesting stuff that's European exclusive. Yes, you have the best Sonic 1 cover, no doubt. I like Sonic 1's Japanese box art a lot, but European box art for Sonic 1 has the best cover. Also, thanks to the Europeans, they managed to make Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik genuinely terrifying. You love that the movie did the Sonic 2 cover, so do I. It would have been wrong for them not to do it. It's one of the most iconic images in Sonic history. Although, without going into spoilers for people that haven't seen Sonic 2 movie, which I know spoilers are all over the internet, but, you know, I treat you with respect. It's disappointing that it's not going to be called Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It was right there! The opportunity was right there. Hydrate? Okay. I shall hydrate. Actually have some fucking war flashbacks associated with the Sonic 2 movie, because that was the movie I was watching when my TV was killed in that thunderstorm that I keep bringing up. I'm totally not salty about that. And the thunderstorm that the specific strike of lightning that killed it happened during the fucking climax, right when Robotnik was about to build the Death Egg robot. Shame you didn't have contents insurance. I don't know if my TV would have been protected under, like, thunderstorms, insurance, because, like, American insurance companies try to weasel out of paying literally anything. I mean, I live in a Bible Belt state, so they probably would consider it an act of God, if only because they don't want to piss off the religious folk. It was a nice 4K smart TV, too. I say nice, it was nice by, my standards. By, like, you know, television snob standards. They would be like, ugh, why doesn't it have such and such, response time? Why does it have, why does it not have what I consider to be true HDR? Like, I was just happy that I had it. But, going forward, I'm definitely looking more towards PC monitors just for the refresh rate and response time. Because, I don't really watch TV to begin with, so I don't really need a TV. The only thing I'm really gonna be missing, from using a, smart TV, from using a, PC monitor instead of a TV, is being able to just use a remote to swap between inputs. See, I would just get a LG 4K TV, but I have very limited sources of income, so I can't afford that. Like, I got that TV as a Christmas present, and my dad, being the dude who's as loaded as he is, but still as much of a cheapskate as he can be sometimes, basically just went for whatever the cheapest 4K smart TV he could find on the market was, and it was, just an insignia brand one, as opposed to something that fit my needs, but I was still happy with it. Like, this is the same guy who, like, the only when I got my first ever HD TV, he got it with me while at Best Buy, while I was there with him. And I was actually able to ask, like, oh, hey, is this good for gaming? So I could make sure I got something that was, good for my needs. Unfortunately, that TV died after a couple of years. It started, like, losing, picture and stuttering a whole bunch. And it was out of warranty, so I couldn't just get it replaced. TV I'm using right now is, like, 10 years old. It's a 10-year-old, like, Magnavox TV that only does 1080p with very basic picture settings. So, it's, not got the best picture that I'm used to. If I go for a smaller size, yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'll definitely look into that. Because I'm looking to also use that as my main PC monitor. Because I use a, desktop. Labyrinth Zone can suck some eggs. Labyrinth Zone can suck more than just some eggs. Labyrinth Zone is fucking trash. It's also got the worst music in the game. Back in the days of 2007 when we thought 240p was peak quality. Hell yeah, dude. When we considered 360p to be HD on YouTube. You don't like Island Fart. Like, my favorite Genesis Sonic tracks are the ones that don't sound like they were made on Genesis Sound Chip. And this is very much a song that sounds like it was made on Genesis Sound Chip. Like, no disrespect to the sound chip that the Genesis used, because, there is good music made with it. But it's a very love it or hate it twangy sound. And it was, as games like Fantasia for Genesis showed, it's very easy to make bad music on the Genesis sound chip versus something that's more like sample-based, like the Super Nintendo sound chip. Since I've been streaming Metal Gear Solid games lately, maybe I should ward off these thunderstorms by saying Kuwabara, Kuwabara, just like Colonel Volgin from Metal Gear Solid 3. Maybe that's been my problem all along. I don't say Kuwabara, Kuwabara every time there's thunder. Yeah, the Mega Drive is definitely better at rock and metal type songs than the Super Nintendo is. Like, I know this isn't rock and metal, but still, like, the soundtrack for Michael Jackson's Moonwalker sounds amazing on the Genesis sound chip. And certain games like Rock and Roll Racing sound better on Genesis, in my opinion, because that standard Genesis twang lends itself better to a distorted guitar sound than the sample-based stuff that the Super Nintendo uses. Believe it or not, I've never actually played Gunstar Heroes, even though there's theoretically nothing stopping me from doing it. Like, even if you leave PC-based emulators out of the question, I've got a flashcard for my Genesis that... It's one of those flashcards that can also emulate a Sega CD. Come on, Air Bubble, please. It seems like anything based on the Christian Whitehead mobile ports is a little bit more stingy with the air bubbles than the original Genesis version is. Or maybe I just have bad luck. It could be a mix of both, really. I've never played Clock, so I haven't heard its boss music. But that does sound amazing. There's a lot of classic Genesis games that I haven't played, because I'm not too interested in, like, the vast majority of the Genesis library. Okay, we're busting now. I couldn't even hear the drowning music because of the busting going on. I seriously nearly drowned here because I didn't know that Sonic was about to run out of air. Damn. So what you're saying is Tim Follins is basically the what's his name? John Burton of music. Because John Burton, you may not be familiar with the name, but you're definitely familiar with his work. Dude was a fucking programming wizard. Managed to get full motion video with a CG cutscene working on Sonic 3D Blast on the Genesis of all things. Oh, Tim Follins did the Silver Surfer soundtrack? Damn. That is some killer music. I'm guessing he probably worked with Sunsoft a lot. Because, wasn't Silver Surfer a Sunsoft game? How you doing, Lulu? Glad to see you here. LJN? I mean in terms of who developed it, not who published it. Because a lot of people, like, a lot of LJN games were actually developed by, like, what are now known as big name studios, but they just weren't credited. I don't know why I thought I would. No, I'm thinking of Fester's Quest. That was Sunsoft. Remember how, I think it was like fucking Atlas of all companies made Friday the 13th for the NES? You know, the Shin Megami Tensei and Persona people, they made like some of the fucking worst games on the NES. That's quite the glow up, isn't it? Yeah, Pictionary has a soundtrack that goes way too fucking hard for what kind of game it is. This level sure is hell. The entirety of Labyrinth Zone is hell. Hell is not a lake of fire, it's a lake of very, momentum-impeding water. Like, it's not just the fact that the level itself is bland to play through and you don't get many opportunities to go fast, and there's the constant drowning threat going on that makes this such a slog to go through. It's the fact that Sonic 1's water physics are just unbearably slow. It's nowhere near as bad in water stages in later Sonic games. Oh boy, here comes my favorite boss fight in the game, the one where it's very easy to get yourself fucked over if you die the first time, since there's no more rings to collect for the whole rest of the level. This is the point that I usually game over at on the Genesis version, at least. But I found it easier when I played Sonic 1 Forever. The decompilation of the mobile port. Alright, Labyrinth Zone is done. This music sounds pretty clear. I'm assuming you have a few mods installed. The only mods I have installed are, like, I have a few mods, but the only ones that are active right now are, removing the, blur filter for those, so I can get those sexy sharp pixels, and, a couple that, fix some problems with the cutscenes in Sonic CD. I haven't done anything with the music. I have the mod that restores Sonic 3 and Knuckles' original soundtrack, but I'm a bit curious as to how bad it can possibly be while you're playing it, because Sonic 3 and Knuckles' soundtrack is like one of my favorite game soundtracks of all time. I want to see just how fucked up it is in this, and how that alters the experience of playing the game. I love Jun Senoue. I'm friends with him on Facebook. I really wish that Sega would stop asking him to do Genesis-inspired chiptune pieces, because dude is really at his best with real instruments instead of synth stuff. Don't say how bad can possibly be. You're giving me Once-Lur flashbacks. I could put it this way. What could possibly go wrong? Is that any better for you, pause break, if I give you Bubsy flashbacks instead of Once-Lur flashbacks? Bubsy is in the Pausmania lore. Oh my god. I hope I build up enough memes throughout my streams that I can have some fucking lore to work off of. Because so far the only things that have really stuck, apart from stuff that's like inherently part of my humor, are Right to Hell Retribution in general, and the omnipresent horniness of the Metal Gear Solid series. Speaking of omnipresent horniness in the Metal Gear Solid series, I know that's quite the segue, but I was looking for like a clip from Metal Gear Solid to send to Shiba-chan for something that she missed. And I got recommended this video that's like 489 separate instances of someone being gay in the Metal Gear Solid franchise. And I'm like, wow, this is definitely something someone decided to make. Of course it's horny, everybody's David Bowie. But only Major Zero is David Bowie. After all, he's Major Tom. Like, what the fuck? You gotta love special stages where you just lose if you don't press the right direction within the split second you have. Did he do the music for the cutscenes? I know he, words. I know that, our boy T-Lopes did the, ending cutscene music for, like, when you beat the entire story. I know that's all he did on this game, and people are like, why didn't they get T-Lopes to do the whole soundtrack? I'm like, yeah, cool. I've got some coffee here. But, yeah, T-Lopes was busy working on Shredder's Revenge. Like, dude's just a one-man, sound studio. It's not like, it's not like, Sonic Mania, where he had more time to work on it. Like, Sonic Mania made him, like, the go-to guy for retro-inspired soundtracks. So I'm not surprised that he's been more busy nowadays, as opposed to just, like, making his own, covers for YouTube. He also pronounces I almost pronounced it wrong. He almost pronounces hydrosity wrong. It's clearly supposed to be hydrosity as a pun on velocity, because it's speed. It's fast. Why would it be Hydro City? It's not a city. It's ruins. Why would there be a city on Angel Island? Believe it or not, even though I'm sucking total ass here, this is probably my favorite Eggman boss fight in this game. Because it's the only one that actually tests you on a mechanic introduced in the stage. And that's, like, my favorite kinds of boss fights are, ones that test you on how well you've learned what the game has taught you so far. That's why the Mr. Freeze boss fight in, Arkham City is one of my favorite boss fights in gaming history. Hydro City is modeled on Roman sewers. Either way, it's not a city. If anything, it shouldn't be nicknamed. There shouldn't be a debate about whether it's called Hydrocity or Hydro City. There should be a debate about whether it's Hydrocity or Hydro Shitty if it's a sewer. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Yeah, I deserve that for that fun. Speaking of, shitty jokes. There's a shitty joke that I heard from one of my, favorite, Clone Hero streamers, Asai. It goes, diarrhea is hereditary. It runs in your genes. Yeah, I definitely deserve that. Anyways, if you want to see, like, better humor than me, go to fecalfunny.com. I think that still links to Vinesauce Joel's, Twitch page. I still can't believe that someone registered that domain for him, and then got the fucking insane clown posse to shout out Fecal Funny. Like, not Vinesauce Joel, but Fecal Funny. My ex-wife still misses me, but her aim is getting better. Ha cha cha cha. Here's one for you guys. Two ducks. Not two ducks. I already fucked it up. Two fish are swimming down a river when they run into a concrete wall. One turns to the other and says, "Damn." I need to add a sound alert of Patrick saying "boo," or either that or the one dude from SpongeBob that says "Boo, you stink." Probably my favorite soundbite that doesn't come from Ed, Edd n Eddy, because that show just had the best soundbites, bar none. And most creative use of random soundbites, bar none, is probably the ever classic SpongeBob, "My leg!" The Wilhelm scream, that's in a fucking league of its own, just because of how many creative uses Hollywood has come up with it. over the decades since it was introduced. Mostly coming from George Lucas Productions, weirdly enough. Dude really likes his Wilhelm screen. Did he laugh? I'm afraid. Speaking of laughs uses sound bites that you'll never unhear, the Optimus Prime laugh from Transformers Animated. Dude just fucking cracks up, and it's so weird hearing that come from Optimus Prime of all characters. Who's ready for Labyrinth Zone's Revenge? Although this one you can very easily skip most of the stage. Not even using a glitch or anything. It's just they intended you to do it this way because I'm guessing they knew how much of a pain in the ass the underwater segments in Sonic 1 were, even while making it. I say they, when Sonic Team in the Sonic 1 days was like literally just Yuji Naka, Naoto Oshima, and like a couple other people. There we go! Completed in fucking record time for my playthroughs. Alright, final zone. I tend to play this boss fight like overly safe. Like, yeah, you can be pretty reckless here and not be in danger. But it's the fact that you don't have any rings. Surprised they got Sonic done with the world's pettiest man as their lead programmer. He hadn't developed his ego yet, is my guess. Because before Sonic 1 came out, who was Yuji Naka? He was one of the, like, at most, he was one of the many nameless people that worked on Fantasy Zone. But nowadays, he's heralded as the father or even creator of Sonic the Hedgehog, even though he didn't create Sonic the Hedgehog as a character, Naoto Oshima did. So basically what I'm saying is he's Keiji Inafune without the humility. I keep forgetting I have the spin dash, because I'm so used to playing Genesis Sonic 1. You see him on Twitter editing out Naoto Oshima from photos? Yes, I have. He is one petty bitch. Also, dude genuinely insists that Square Enix's fault that Bala and Wonderworld turned out bad. Insisting that, like, it just needed more bug testing and it would have been perfect. I'm like, the problem wasn't bugs. The game wasn't buggy. The game was just shittily designed from the core concept. Dude just, like, wants to be... Dude wants to, he knows that, like, typically in these stories of, game, ambitious and, yeah, I get where that is coming from. Sonic on the Genesis was a one-button game, and like you said, Knights, was a one-button game. But that doesn't work for the gameplay style of Bala and Wonderworld. Like, at most, I could understand it being a two-button game. if you really wanted to limit how many buttons on the controller are in use at once. Like, one for jumping and one for using your costume ability. Not, the ambiguous / non-existent story Super Knight's issue as well. Yeah, like, Yuji Naka reminds me of, Yu Suzuki, where, like, a lot of the problems from, Shenmue 3 were came from the, director's insistence on, not trying to adapt to the modern gaming landscape and just stay true to how things were back in the 90s. And that does have its merits. But there are certain, yeah, Suzuki did brag that he never played anyone else's games, and that really fucking shows. Like with Shenmue 3, they definitely got another Shenmue game, warts and all. But at the same time, like, the new stuff that was added was stuff that doesn't fit with Shenmue. I say this as someone that's never played Shenmue before. I used to have a copy of it, but then I sold it at a time when the retro gaming market hadn't fucking skyrocketed like it is now, especially on the Dreamcast side. So I only got $80 for it. Right, that's Sonic 1 done. Ooh, cutscene time. I'm also with you on Miyamoto needing to step down, because dude's genuinely very creative, and I can understand why he's so revered, not just amongst the gaming community, but among Nintendo staff in general. But he's very out of touch with his core demographic, in my opinion. Alright, next up is Sonic CD. Miyamoto is an incredibly petty bitch. Yeah, I've heard. I've seen the Guru Larry video, which is probably incredibly incorrect. But still, I wouldn't put it past him to be an incredibly petty bitch. Oh my god, they actually referenced Amy's love for tarot card readings. That's something, like, that never gets brought up in any official media, let alone in fan stuff. Alright, first thing we're doing is changing the soundtrack. I love Sonic Boom, but Japanese soundtrack is superior. And here's where you're going to start seeing the other mods I put in. One of them restores the lyrics to the Japanese theme, and one fixes the timing of the ending cutscene. Because apparently that had some timing issues. And it also restores the sound effects to them.
You can go again. Don't fall behind. Say don't be late. Destination heaven. Stay alive. Now shoot me. We're going to have fun. Say, lights off. Excalibur. It's about that bar. What do you mean? Give and take. Going home. Side zone. Check it out, eh? Live alone. Leather legs. Getting in play. What do you get? Say, fat jet. Zoom room. Cosmic zoom. That's up, Jay. It's Sonic Boom.
Toot Sonic Warrior. Toot Sonic Warrior. Underrated Bob. Seriously.
Take a little chance. Slip on through. You got to no matter what you do. You gotta do for you.
Sonic Warrior, Sonic Warrior. The power is in your mind to seek the planet to conquer Taya. Yay! To the Sonic Warrior.
That's genuinely a smart way of explaining how the fuck she keeps on mistaking any random hedgehog she comes across for Sonic. I like that idea, Pause Break. Alright, this is going to be the start of me attempting to get 100% completion on each of these games, because I can pretty comfortably do Sonic CD, get all the time stones, and therefore get the best ending. I won't go after the robot generators, because that's just too fucking tedious, man. See, a lot of people like to shit on Sonic CD for having, like, whoa, what were they thinking with the wide open levels and emphasis on verticality and exploration? What were they thinking? And I'm like, it works in the context of what kind of game Sonic CD is trying to be. My biggest problem is with cheap enemy placement. I can't begin to count the number of times I've, like, just run face first into an enemy that I couldn't see coming, even in the widescreen version. It happens in Sonic CD more than any other Sonic game I've played. I actually find, you know how, like, every review of, the Christian Whitehead version of Sonic CD is always like, the special stages are so much better, dude! They run at a stable frame rate, I can actually complete them now. I'm like, I don't know if it's just me adjusting to, shitty frame rates, but I actually have an easier time doing it on, the original, Sega CD version than I do on the Whitehead version. It's a shame because they disabled the extended camera. The only way to get it back is to enable the original style spin dash. Ew. Why would you want to use the original style spin dash in this game? It's one of those weird things that's, I guess it's one of those weird things from how you described it, that's tied to a setting like no one, that, no one would want to use unless they are, like, an absolute purist, which, the only other one I can think of, from, Whitehead and Whitehead adjacent ports, is, how in the mobile version of, Sonic 1, the only way to, disable the spin dash is to, not disable the spin dash, the only way to, disable the, Supersonic and 7th Chaos Emerald, options is to also enable the spike bug, which, why would you want the spike bug? It makes the game worse. The one that pulls forward at the, when you're at top speed? Yeah, I figured that's what you were talking about. Sonic CD is definitely one of those games where you can tell that even though it came out technically after Sonic 2, it wasn't made after Sonic 2. Because there's so much Sonic 1 DNA left in it. If you pardon my very unprofessional term. Ah, shit, Storm's coming back. Get ready for possibility of the power going out again. It seems like this is going to be a once-a-game thing. See, it works in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, because you thought of investing in a UPS. I have a surge protector. That doesn't change the fact that it shuts down the power for, like, the entire neighborhood time. Like, it's not a problem with just power surges. It's a problem with how shitty the power grid for this entire area is. UPS has a battery backup so that in the event of a power outage, you have a bit of time to power everything off. Never heard of that, and it's probably way outside my price range, considering I'm not going to be living here much longer. I'm going to be moving out into my own apartment in September, I believe, if all goes according to Keikaku. As the good Lord Axel from Kingdom Hearts chain of retailers said. Yeah, I have to move to a completely different town for this apartment. But it's worth it to finally get out and be on my own. Thankfully, it's not any real difference in distance from the college campus I go to, so I won't have to adjust any of that accordingly. Because I already live pretty far away from campus. It's only like by an additional 5 minutes. Completely negligible. Another piece of kit I'm looking forward to saving up for, aside from either a new TV or a new PC monitor, is getting a second mode. Because I've got one installed in my PS1 that I got from Stone Age Gamer. Dudes did an excellent job and have really good customer support. They put up with so many times with me having to return it due to parts being faulty and repaired it both times completely for free. And I knew it was the same console that they sent me back because it was missing the same screws. But getting a second mode for my Dreamcast, because I have a GDMU clone like most Dreamcast users do nowadays. Okay, so Amy's supposed to gasp there, but they took that sound out for some reason. Like I was saying, mode is a genuinely great piece of hardware. All the voices in this game are gone. Oh, so that means they ruined the instant game over Easter egg too. Damn. By the way, did you see the I hate to harp on like actual developers unless the developers happen to also be shitty people. But, like, did you see that, like, day one, there was this dude who, was working on a, like, complete overhaul mod for Sonic Origins to fix all the issues that it had and make it, like, the absolute best way to play, the Christian Whitehead versions of these games. And then, like, fucking... Or I should say, Christian Whitehead and Simon Tomley. Because Simon Tomley was the one who did the Sonic 3 and Knuckles port, because Whitehead was not available. The mod was overhyped. It was just a bunch of sprite. Yeah, better Origins. Like, the thing I was getting to was that he eventually announced that he's canceling the development of the mod because the game's just too fucking shitty for him to fix. I didn't look at the entire list of like changes he was planning on making, because like that was a fucking novel-length list of changes, and I don't have the fucking patience to read that many minor sprite edits. But I thought it was going to include like actually substantial stuff, like there's a couple mods for restoring the original Michael Jackson tracks to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But from my experience, they actually sound worse in terms of instrument quality than they do on actual hardware, or even on emulators. Origins is a day late and $1 short. See, I wouldn't have as many problems with Origins as a concept. Like, having not played it until now, it seems to be running fine enough for me. I haven't run into any of the glitches that have been widely reported, although, as usual, that doesn't discount the experience of people who have run into those glitches. And it doesn't mean that because I haven't run into any game-breaking bugs, that mean they don't exist, like so many fucking stupid-ass people on social media seem to believe. Like, I saw people... Like, that's a pet peeve of mine, just to get off of a tangent with a tangent. Was that, when Sonic Colors Ultimate came out, so many people were defending it, like, saying, oh, it's not as buggy as people think. It's, I haven't run into any game-breaking bugs during my experience, so therefore the people reporting game-breaking bugs are just lying. I'm like, that's such a shitty attitude to have, not just because it's a very selfish attitude to have, but because it actively discourages the practice of patching out bugs. Because from what we've seen with Sonic Origins so far, there haven't been any bug fixes so far, which is very disheartening for stuff that, in theory, should be simple fixes. Meanwhile, with Sonic Colors Ultimate, it took them, what, half a year to add the option to swap between the original soundtrack and the remastered soundtrack, and they still haven't separated the volume sliders, so... Yeah, Stealth and Company have the fixes ready to go. It's just fucking Sega won't... It's the same problem that the PC ports of No More Heroes have, where the developers want to do bug fixes, but the publisher is just like, nah, we're good. We got our money. There's no need to patch out bugs that ruin the experience. hated this fucking boss. All depending on your luck with the pinball physics in Sonic CD, which are not good. And this is the only stage to have pinball physics. So it's not a good case of testing you on stuff that the game has had you practice, because it didn't really give you a chance to practice them. It's like all luck-based, depending on whether this takes you 5 seconds or 5 minutes. Yeah, there's no mods to fix the PC versions of No More Heroes 2 because they're so utterly broken that, like, it's genuinely baffling how they got released in the state they were. And there's only been, like, one patch so far, and all it did was make it so more controllers are compatible with it. Still no mouse and keyboard support. Still no option to fucking play them disconnected from the internet. Engine Software has said on their official Discord that they have bug fixes ready to go. It's just that Marvelous has abandoned the PC ports of No More Heroes 1 and 2, which makes me very anxious, in a bad way, about the upcoming PC port of No More Heroes 3. Because it could either be a Travis Strikes Again PC port, where it debatably becomes the definitive version of the game, or it could be another No More Heroes 1 and 2, where it becomes the definitively worst way to play the game. Why don't they just release them unofficially? Because that could probably get them sued. There's less to fuck up with No More Heroes 3. It's on Unreal Engine. True. But, like, the PC ports of No More Heroes 1 and 2 are baffling. Like, you can tell they literally just did a bad port of the Switch versions instead of natively porting the original Wii game to PC, because all of the controller diagrams show Joy-Cons. See, the reason it could get them sued is because Marvelous owns the IP to No More Heroes. And they're like Japanese companies in general tend to be very overly strict with any unofficial stuff involving their games. Sega is the rare outlier on that. One of the reasons why, even though I do have my grievances with Sega as a Sonic fan, I can't hate them, because they still clearly know how to put out good stuff. They just keep on giving Sonic the short end of the stick, for reasons I will never understand. Like, you would think that for the company mascot, they would want it to be as good as possible, instead of just constantly releasing mediocre game after mediocre game that has to be fixed by the fans, including ports of what used to be good games. I'm looking at you, every single port of Sonic Adventure after the Dreamcast version. They were terrible. Oh yeah, I forgot about the whole Shining Force incident. That was so long ago, I completely forgot about it. I wasn't even making YouTube videos, let alone doing live streams. Yeah, I know that Sonic's not the big moneymaker, and it's also, like, only popular in the West. It has no Japanese appeal whatsoever. It never has. But, like, at the same time, even if it's not the big moneymaker, he's still their official mascot, and they just Like, give it the shittiest circumstances every single time. Like, with the exception of Sonic 06, because a big part of why that game turned out as it did has to do with Yuji Naka leaving mid-development and taking a bunch of staff with him, lays solely at the feet of Sega of Japan having arbitrary deadlines for Sonic Team to meet that no one in their right mind would care if those deadlines were not met. Like, remember, the biggest thing is, remember how last year, when they were doing the 30th anniversary celebration, they announced that they're no longer going to rush Sonic games to meet stupid arbitrary deadlines, and then they proceeded to do exactly that with the next 2 Sonic games? Like, who the hell was expecting Sonic Origins to come out day and date with the 31st anniversary? I don't think anyone even knew that that day was the 31st anniversary. Like, I'm cautiously optimistic for Sonic Frontiers based on the newer footage we've been shown. God only knows what the hell happened with the footage that we got during the Summer Game Fest. Like, why the hell did it look so bad compared to what we're getting now? There's no way that just, like, 1 month of extra development time polished it up that much. But I'm not going to be surprised if it ends up being another disaster because of who's at the director's helm. I don't like Morio Kishimoto. Dude has been at the helm of almost every bad Sonic game post Yuji Naka departure. And the one universally agreed upon good Sonic game we got during the 2010s was made without his involvement. It still looks pretty bad. Yeah. Like, the biggest thing I'm worried about is not, like, whether the game is going to be glitchy or not, because we haven't had problems with glitches in a 3D Sonic game for a long time. My biggest worry is the shift to open world going to work? Because a lot of people not a lot of people, but a lot of big companies seem to think that making a game open world just inherently makes it better, without understanding that it's not the open world that makes the game good, it's making that open world fun to explore over and over again, instead of just being wowed by it the first time. Basically, it's why Ubisoft is the worst at open worlds. Yeah, I don't get why they're being so secretive about Sonic Frontiers. I understand partly, like, oh, we don't want to spoil everything pre-launch, but, like, it's been a year since the game was announced. It's coming out this year, and you've already said you're refusing to delay it. So, and this is following the absolutely disastrous gameplay reveal that, like, allegedly, from what I've read, was showcasing a very early build that wasn't even what was going to be the release game, which just raises further questions of why would you show an old build instead of the something closer to the gold version? Like, why? There's just so many questions to ask about the handling of Sonic Frontiers by Sega of Japan. And I'll never understand, like, even if the game does end up being good, I'll never understand why it took so much, bullshit in order to get to the release of a good game. Although I do have to say, even though I'm still not a fan of Takashi Iizuka, like, I feel like, he's very out of touch with, what Sonic fans want from the franchise, based on his interviews. Like, granted, dude's terrible at giving interviews. Every Sonic fan. But, the recent interview where, Game Informer was like, hey, is the Chow Garden gonna be in the game? And then he's like, without even pausing to think for a second, he just says no. Like, I can't help but laugh at that, even though I really want something akin to the Chow Garden to come back. Even if it's not literally just Chow Garden 3.0. Because that added so much replayability, which modern Sonic games sorely lack. But, like, I can't help but find that funny, how quickly he was to say, no, we're not bringing back the goddamn Chow Garden. Stop asking. Frontiers has been a playable state since January 2021 at release, if the 4chan leaks are to be believed. That wouldn't surprise me. What does surprise me is that they would show an old, like, pre-alpha, what looked to be like an alpha build at most, as the gameplay reveal, which, like, I could understand if the game was far away from release, but if it's releasing this year with absolute refusal to delay it for additional polish, you need to be damn sure that you're putting your best foot forward with your marketing. That scenario you're describing, it sounds like you're basically saying you want to do like a James Rolfe Ghostbusters 2016 thing where it's like, I'm not going to review it, and here's why, instead of a proper review. Except hopefully without the unneeded unneeded side effect of people smearing you as like a misogynist for no good reason. Which, yeah, there were a lot of misogynists that hated Ghostbusters 2016 just because it starred women. I know that for a fact. I hate Ghostbusters 2016 partly because of how cynical its production was. Like, the first Ghostbusters movie we get is after Harold Ramis dies. And, also just because it's a shit Ghostbusters movie. But, like, people, like, fucking, celebrities and, a lot of media sites jumped on James Rolfe as, like, this anti-SJW He-Man woman hater type. For absolutely no reason. Speaking of movie shit, say, heading off pause break. Yeah, it's probably late in good old Jolly Britain. So have a very good night, my dude. Thank you for showing up. That was a very pleasant surprise, honestly. And everybody go check out Pause Breaks YouTube channel and Twitch channel. Dude's genuinely great at what he does. And he's a very pleasant person. And he's a fellow Dorbies sufferer. So there's a lot of things to like about it. Speaking of Dorbies, I had this idea for an April Fool's joke when not this upcoming year, because I probably won't be taking 3D modeling classes anytime soon. But once I learn how to properly 3D model stuff on my own without having to use V-Roid, and how to not just model it, but also rig it for animation, I want to, like, do an April Fool's gag of, like, a new model reveal and setting it up to be, like, this amazing thing, except it just ends up being a Dorby version of myself. For anyone who doesn't know what the hell I'm babbling about Dorbies, look it up. It's a fucking fever dream of Christian animation. Starting to get a little bit worn out, so I'm thinking I'll finish Wacky Workbench, and then we'll call it enough. Not Wacky Workbench, Quartz Squadron. I always get Wacky Workbench and Quartz Squadron confused for some reason. And then we will pick up more Sonic Origins on, I want to say Saturday? I'll have to look at my schedule again. I also desperately need to update the auto-scrolling schedule that's at the top of my start and end and BRB screens, because I haven't updated that in like a month. It's still saying that I'm streaming Devil May Cry 2. Oh, that was close. I can definitely do this stuff. people talk about Sonic 1 special stages being an acid trip, and I'm like, dude, look at this. The sky is wavy rainbows. Getting close. There we go. Alright, I think I've got almost all the time stones now. I didn't pay attention to the result screen of the last one. We should have only one or two more special stages to go. There we go. All right, that's all the time stones. Awesome. Now we've guaranteed ourselves the good ending. And all futures from now on become good futures by default. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten a good future in a Quartz Quadrant. It usually takes me longer to get all the time stones. This right here is my favorite boss fight in the game. I like the idea of using Sonic's speed as a weapon here to damage Eggman. Alright, once it's done saving, we're gonna check out who we're rating tonight. And then I'm going to go crash. Are any of my usual people online tonight? Or are we going to be rating another rando? I keep saying usual people when the people I try to have as my usual people are almost never on. Oh, Orange is on. I'll see you in Orange's stream. See you Friday night for some more Metal Gear Solid 2. And as always, unpleasant dreams.